Hello, welcome back. So in this video I'll talk about simplifying numbers. So before we move on, there are a few things to learn about actually, like how to change a fraction or a decimal into a percentage, and then how to change that percentage back into a fraction, and then how to write a fraction as a decimal. All this thing we'll be discussing one by one. Now what I want to start with is, let me write this tutorial too. Now what I want to start with is how to change a fraction into a percentage. Now what is a fraction? Fraction, I have said you what is a fraction in the previous video, and still for you to know, fraction are something numbers which are expressed in this form, x by y, where x is the numerator and y is the denominator. Alright, now it can be anything, any number, suppose 1 by 4 or 1 by 8, 2 by 6, anything. Now what this actually means is, here are pizzas. Actually you might be wondering what are these shapes. I have drawn two pizzas here. Now this is the first pizza, the big one. Sorry, the sizes are same, but the division here in this pizza, it's two parts are there, right? So if I take one part out of this pizza and for myself, for eating, so I have taken one part out of two, isn't it? So I'll express it in this form. I have taken 1 out of 2, okay? And in this part here, it is the remaining part, which is also 1 by 2. So 1 by 2 plus 1 by 2, half will give us one complete pizza. And this is just the representation of how fractions are written or how it is used. Now I'll tell you what is a percentage before I move on to conversion to percentage. In mathematics, a percentage is a number or ratio expressed as a fraction of 100. Now fraction of 100 means, as I said you, it's a ratio expressed as a fraction of 100. Okay, let me say that, give you an example. For suppose I have drawn two pizzas here, isn't it? Now these two pizzas, I have taken one slice out of the pizza, but this slice was half of the pizza, isn't it? But here I'll take two slices out of this pizza. Remember, I have taken one slice out of it and taken two slices out of it, but this one won't make any difference because here the parts were smaller and here the part was bigger, right? So I can represent, or this ratio I can put it in a percentage form. That would be better to understand. Now how to convert is, I'll write 1 by 2. For this one I'm writing 1 by 2. This is a fraction. Now to convert into percentage, it's very simple. You just have to multiply with 100. So I'm multiplying with 100. So I get 100 by 2, which is equal to 50. So it is 50%, and the sign for percentage what we use is this one. Now we can also use an abbreviation which is not basically used always, PCT dot. So this also you can write, but basically we use the sign. Okay, now this gives us 50%, isn't it? Now if I consider about this pizza here, I have taken two slices, but out of 4 slices, isn't it? So I multiply it again with 100. I'll get 200 divided by 4, which will again give me 50%. So no matter how many slices or how many parts you make to the pizza, the ratio will remain same. So the percentage is something by which we get a knowledge or understanding of the ratio which we are dealing with. Okay, now I'll move on to how to simplify these fractions. Now you know how to convert this into percentage. Okay, just multiply it by 100. That's very simple. Okay, now let me say that how to convert a percentage into a fraction back again, the reverse process. So this time I have been given percentage. For suppose I have been given 75%. Now how do I convert this 75% back to fraction? What do you think? This is very simple. As I told you, anything percentage means it's a ratio expressed as a fraction of 100, so you just have to do is write 75 on top of 100. So this is the fractional form of the percentage 75%. Now if I have 25%, what will it be? You just have to write 25 on top of 100. That will give me the fractional form of 25%. Alright, now we'll move on to simplifying fractions. So for simplifying fractions, let me write a fraction first. Now let me consider 8 by 12. So this is a fraction, isn't it? Now in this fraction, as you know, there are two parts actually. One is the numerator and another one is the denominator. Simplification means we bring the fraction to the lowest possible number, actually, what I say. So we divide both the terms. Let me say 8 by 12, right? Now this one I should make it to the smallest possible value, and this also to the smallest possible value. But one thing we have to keep in mind is we have to divide this both with a common number. Okay, so a number we divide with which can be divided for both of it. Now 8 can be divided by 2 and 12 can also be divided by 2, or I can say 8 can be divided by 4, 12 can also be divided by 4. So what I do is 8 by 12, I divide both of it, the numerator and denominator, both of it by 4. So what I get is 2 by 3. Okay, so 2 by 3 is the answer, because we cannot furthermore divide it. Okay, we cannot divide 2 by, we can divide 2 by 2, but 3 we cannot divide by 2. So there is no common term which we can divide with. So 2 by 3 is the simplest form of the fraction 8 by 12. Now when we say simplification, it just means that you don't change the value, or you don't change the output value. For suppose 8 by 12 is actually equal to 2 by 3. Okay, why is it? Because we are dividing both numerator and denominator by the same number. I'll give you another example. That would be 5 by 15. So here I have 5 by 15. Now I have to consider a number which can divide both 5 and 15 as well. So I think 5 would do that. So I'm dividing both the you have to keep in mind that is you have to divide both the numerator and denominator, both of them. So what I get is 5 by 5 will be 1 and 5 divided by 15 would be 3. So 1 by 3 is the smallest possible simplified number, I guess. Now 1 by 3 is equivalent to 5 by 15. There is no change. Okay, so that's it. It's very easy actually how to simplify numbers. And I'll tell you one more bonus thing, how to convert mixed fractions. There is something called mixed fractions. What are mixed fractions is, I've told you about this type of fractions, 2 by 3 or something like that. Now this fraction means something which is broken. Alright, so something which is broken. Now mixed fraction will contain one whole number, let's say 2 by 3. That means I can again express it in terms of pizza. So I have 2 complete pizza here, and then another pizza which was divided into 3 parts, and I have taken 2 parts out of it. Okay, so this complete thing, if I represent, what I do is write 2 by 3, because 2 pizza was completely full, it was not divided. So I this one as a whole number and this as the fraction number. So this is called mixed fraction. Now how to convert this mixed fraction into a improper fraction is, wait, before that I have to tell you what is a proper fraction, improper fraction, isn't it? Now proper fraction is something where the numerator is smaller than the denominator. It might be 2 by 4 or 4 by 8. So you notice this one right up here, the numerator is always smaller than the denominator. But in the improper fraction, what happens is 4 by 2. Okay, so the numerator here is greater than the denominator. Okay, So how to convert this mixed fraction into improper fraction is, should I rub few of them? Okay, let me rub few of them. Just rub this side. Now to convert this, as I was talking, convert the mixed fraction into improper fraction, what I do is, let me write in a variable form, x y by z, isn't it? This is in this form. So what we do is x into z plus y. Okay, the value we get, the whole thing would be on top of z. Now is it confusing you? Alright, let me do this one. So what I have to do is basically multiply this out. Okay, multiply this 3 with 2. So what we get is 6. 2 3s are 6, and then again add this 2 here, so we get 8, and this one will be here, so 8 by 3. I'll give you one more example. 5 by 10. So what I have to do is multiply this 5 with 10, it will give me 50, and then 50 plus 5, it will give me 55, and we keep the denominator same, 55 by 10. Alright, so before we had a mixed fraction, now we have a improper fraction. So I think that would be enough for this video. Alright, in the next video I'll talk about directed numbers and orders of operation. Okay, so give this video a thumbs up if you found it useful, and do subscribe so that you get the complete course. Okay, till then, bye bye, and see you in the next video.